Peace, family. So, this right here is the Galactic War that I be talking about. This is the Galactic Federation, the Anunnaki. It's our alien or extraterrestrial ancestors, along with us, on from Sirius X, warring in the skies. I told y'all about this in one of those videos. Sorry, my camera's kind of ass. But in one of my videos, I was explaining that you know they be warring. They're already here, y'all. Like, I'm smoking a cigarette. So yeah, this is Galactic Warfare you're watching right here. They're shooting plasma and higher sources of energy, like back and forth. They don't use kinetic energy like bullets and shit. Like, remember, bullets is just made out of us. It's made out of carbon. Like, they make all of their weapons out of us. They use real shit. You feel me? Like, when you're looking at this shit, you can't even like really see it like I can. Like, y'all gotta, um, they do this a lot. They do this very often. You know, this is them warring for the planet. This is the last planet that needs to be free. Planet Kai is the last planet that needs to be free. So I'm gonna switch it to this one. This is a better can, but it's farther out. You know, but you still can see it better. You know, I mean, not better, but you can still see it. Like, I wanted y'all to see it from both of my camera angles. So yeah, I'm just smoking a cigarette too, but like, bro, you can come outside sometimes. Like, probably like a couple years ago, I used to tell my cousin about it. Like, when he was taking me to work and shit, or when I was riding with him, the whole fucking sky would be flashing. Like, the whole sky isn't flashing. They got it isolated in this area right now. You know, this is happening a little farther out, but this is them warring. You know, that's what this is. They like, if you Google it, those call it silent lightning and shit. You know, but that's not what this is right here that you're watching. This is our ancestors warring for the fucking planet. You know, while they have us, like, they're channeling messages and shit through people like me and other people that you be listening to, you know. But all this information is inside y'all. Y'all just gotta wake up so that y'all can channel this information too. But, while they're doing that, they're also down here in disguise working jobs and shit. Like, I'm talking about extraterrestrials are looking like human beings, but we're not human beings. We're gods. So, like, they can come down here and, like, some of the gods aren't actually God. So what am I saying? Some of the black people aren't actually fucking gods. Like, they're actually extraterrestrials that took on that body. You got walk-ins and shit. Like, you gotta remember, the soul and spirit is just that. Like, and the flesh is just that. Like, anybody, you don't know who's actually within that flesh suit. We take on flesh suits so that we can have experiences down here on Kai, and walk amongst you and shit. But, like, they'll do that too. You feel me? They'll come down here in extraterrestrial form and they'll work a job and shit. Like, you think that this is just your coworker. You think that this is just your best friend. Like, I talked about this in Men in Black, but these really be extraterrestrials around us, and they're prepping for this war. They're setting up for this war. People like me are feeding you the codes and shit to awaken you. I can't just straight up awaken you. So, a sleep motherfucker will be like, oh, no, that's just lightning. And he'll go Google it. Oh, silent lightning and shit. Like, that's not what the fuck this is. You feel me? Look at this shit. Look how constant it is. That's not what the fuck this is. And if you really can really pay attention, look, they're firing back and forth. This shit is going sideways. Like, it'll start here, go over here, and then it'll go from here to there. It's really like our ancestors warring in their spaceships. Think of Star Wars, nigga, like how they be firing energy back. This is what this shit looks like down here on Kai. To us, they're out fighting and shit. And this is all for our sake. Everything is for the sake of the gods, remembering who they are for this war. You feel me? Like, we're still in the sleep stage. I just did the Lion King decoded. And, you know, I told y'all, like, you know, we're kind of in that stage where Simba is remembering who he is. And this we're like right in the stage right before he goes and challenges Scar. You know, we need to all wake up and get knowledge of self before we can actually properly war with them. I'd be singing about this in my song. I'm like, you know, they're trying to start an Armageddon, but the guys lack knowledge of who we are. We're not ready. We lack knowledge of who we are. I said that in my song, Went Legit. If you go to Retro Miyagi of the Great, it's a song. It's a G Herbo remix. Went Legit, and I'm talking about some of this shit. I'm always talking about this shit in my song. You feel me? This is like the Galactic Confederation. But there's so many more. Like, all you guys know is the Galactic Confederation, but there's light confederations, and there's a bunch of them, and they all make one big team. You know, when you're looking at this, you're looking at like a bunch of the extraterrestrials on our side versus the extraterrestrials on their side. You know, it's not really picking up the fucking, you know, what I see. I can see it clear as day, it going back and forth, back and forth. You can see, yeah, you can just see it going back and forth. You feel me? It's just not going vertically up and down, you know, like they tell you, like lightning works. You know, plus real lightning comes from the ground anyway. Like, whenever you see like lightning coming from the sky down, that's the man-made lightning that they be doing to keep the fucking rules going. You feel me? I'm just, you know, this right here, you know, a lot of y'all aren't gonna like see it for what it is just yet, you know, but this happens all the fucking time, y'all. Like, we're all supposed to be inside right now, sleep and shit. And that's why they come out here in war. You feel me? Like, they out here fighting on behalf of us. This is for our freedom right here. You feel me? These are spaceships doing this shit, you know? And some of the guys are out, like, think of Star Wars, nigga. You got Darth Vader on this ship, you feel me? And he's got fucking, Darth Vader represents the gods. I think the Jedi represent the gods, you know? But, like, really, if Darth Vader, like, was really, you know, shown right, like how because he represents the gods, like, his ass can go outside of that spaceship and fucking fight with his abilities and shit, and, like, fly around and shit. Like, a good example is Captain Marvel from the Avengers. In the Avengers movie, like, she literally, like, she goes and gets Tony Stark's ship and brings it back to Earth because he's stranded. I think this is an Endgame. Tony Stark is stranded in Endgame, like, at the beginning of it, and she finds him right before he dies, like, because he, you know, his ship is fucked up. She finds him and carries his whole ship back. That's, like, literally the abilities of us. But you gotta notice how she did it. Like, her fucking ore, like, is just bright as fuck. It's so bright that he thinks it's like the sun or something. He opens his eyes as Captain Marvel in her Merkaba, nigga. Like, we can fly. We got all the fucking abilities of Superman for real, nigga. Like, I'm not lying to y'all about that shit. Like, you know, and it's the time for you guys to know that. It's the time for you guys to see this shit and know what the fuck's going on. You know, y'all can see it a little bit better now. Like, you know, just like really pay attention to this shit. But yeah, we can go outside of this ship and fuck them up too. You know, like, it just depends on what we need to do. You know, so like when they're showing Darth Vader sitting on the fucking Death Star, like, he can really get out of that shit. They'll show him, instead of them showing him, like, because we can fly the ships and shit too. Like, when we're good at everything, the Force does lead us and shit, like it leads him. Because he's like really good at fucking Starfleet fights, dog fighting in his ship. Because, you know, that's Anakin Skywalker. That's like what he's known for. Like, he's a really good pilot and shit. But really what they mean is this nigga can jump out of the ship and fucking fly and levitate and blow the fucking ships up with fucking Kami-Ha plasma. Like, when you're looking at a Kami-Ha, it's plasma. This is plasma they're shooting at each other. And higher other forces and shit. You know? But, yeah, you guys being aware of this shit and awakening and getting knowledge of self, this helps them. That energy helps the planet vibrate higher, thus feeds their ships more energy and higher forms of plasma to win wars and shit. So this is what you're looking at. You're looking at our ancestors fighting them. But it's very important that you guys know, like, nigga, this is gods out here in their fucking form, in their fucking. Cause look, I gotta like slow down. We can literally get out of the ship and fly and shit, y'all. We sometimes we travel in ships to lead the fucking fleet, and sometimes we don't be in the ship. You feel me? Like sometimes it just be us shooting this plasma at each other, like at them. You know, you know. But yeah, Captain Marvel really shows that shit, and it shows like Captain Marvel is the fucking strongest one. She way stronger than fucking Thor and shit. Like in the movie, like they literally like are about to lose at the end of Endgame because Thanos brings like one of his fucking motherships down, and like the mothership is shooting and tearing up the fleets, and pretty much all is lost because Thor can't do the same shit Captain Marvel can. Her ass comes into the atmosphere and fucking flies through the ship. That's what we do, y'all. Like Superman do that shit a lot. Like he'll just fly at Mach speed through the ship and shit. Like that's the shit we do. Like you can't see it with your physical eye here. This shit like that you're looking at isn't even like how the warfare is really playing out. This shit like this is because we're on a low frequency. They're on a higher frequency than us. So like we'll see it as fucking just bolts of lightning going back and forth. Like we don't actually see the ship because it's cloaked. But nigga, if you have the eyes to see, you can really see the shit. There's more shit going on. Like it's not just in this, isolated in this spot. Like this is just where a lot of built up energy is, so you can see it with your physical eye. You can see all this plasma energy and shit. But whenever you're looking at it, you don't hear no thunder or nothing, do you? Now they'll call this shit like dry lightning or some stupid shit that y'all shouldn't believe. Believe me when I'm sitting here telling you this shit. Like, nigga, this is us sitting here fighting. This is what you're looking at. This is us fighting in the fucking ships. You can't see the ships. All you can see is our beams of fucking plasma energy. Now, we've came here before and like started war with the human beings and shit, like in our spaceships. Like we had like on Independence Day, we weren't cloaked. Like you could everybody could see it. This was back in 1995, you feel me? 1993 to 1995. And basically what happened was they didn't beat us, but they sealed off the portals that we came through. Think of Endgame, like all them ships and shit came out of portals. You feel me? What they did in 1995 is where Independence Day comes from. Like you gotta literally think of Independence Day, how all these ships just appeared out of nowhere. Like it was a random ass day. Like be prepared for this shit, y'all. Like eventually they aren't gonna be cloaked. They're gonna just be in the sky, and like you're just gonna have to, a lot of people aren't gonna be fucking ready for it. What they did last time was neuralize us with the TV. Like this was back when we had the big back TVs, and it would always do that. This is a public test, and it would show all those colors and shit. What they were doing was fucking repositioning our neurons. They talk about it in Men in Black. The neuralizer thing that they have is the same thing they have built into TVs and shit. So like when I'm telling you that they literally neuralized our ancestors, like our great grandparents and shit, to make them forget that they were the tribal people, and before that they were the gods. Like they forgot that they were the gods, just falling in frequency. When you fall in frequency, you lose information and shit. So they didn't neuralize them back then. They had a bunch of spells in place though, but we knew who we were at that point. We literally went from God state to fucking Atlanteans and Lemurians, and then from there we went to fucking the fucking Mississippians and Egyptians, and from there we went to fucking tribal states like the Cherokee, the Sioux, the Choctaw, the Shawnee. Like we literally went to all of these tribal states, and then from them tribal states they got us to fucking colored people and Negroes, and then from there we went to African Americans and Latinos, but we know we don't come from Africa. That the whole land was called Atlantis, and they conquered Africa. Like they killed Hannibal and named it fucking after Africo Scipio Canis. America is named after Amerigo Vespucci. You feel me? Like they literally conquered the land and named us after the beings that conquered it. So you, by definition, you absolutely are not no fucking African American. That's literally two uh Caucasian people. It's Africo Scipio Canis and Americo Vespucci. That's like what the fuck them names mean. You feel me? California, they killed Queen Khalifa and named it after her. You feel me? Like Californians, like they were the tribe called the Californians, and you know that's where the Amazons come from. It was a whole tribe of woman goddesses that were fighting them. You know, like we like, bro, y'all have no clue, bro. Like we used to use magic, like, cause we went from using our superpowers is what they fucking call it, but that's just our abilities. That's what our DNA is capable of doing. But we really have DEA, deoxyetheric acid. So that's just what our DEA is capable of doing. Like we had our full mind unlocked. That's what Lucy is about. We had all that. You remember Lucy? She had, right? We only have 10% of our brain or whatever unlocked. Nigga, back then, that's because of all these spells and shit, and because we're fucking living these human being lives. But nigga, we used to have all of our shit unlocked. Now we have dormant genes and shit. Like they never got rid of the abilities. It just went dormant inside of us, and we can't use it because we don't believe it. You feel me? Like we don't believe it that we can do this shit. This is the spell work that they've done on us. You know, this is what all this social engineering and shit was about. You feel me? Like they like taught us who we were, you know, and when we integrated with them, like we lost a lot of power because now we're getting taught from birth that we're something that we're not, you know, and they're able to inject nanobots into us at birth and shit. Like all this shit makes you forget who you are, you know. So but yeah, we literally already fucking like the shit that's about to happen again. We already had that going on. We already came down. Our ancestors already came down in their ships, in their big ass motherships, and everybody seen it. And what they did was make everybody forget, and then they told people what to remember, just like Men in Black. Like when they neuralize you, they neuralized us with the TV though on a grand level, and then told you what to remember. Like this is what and all types of shit was different, you know, on some Mandela effect shit. Like, but the main thing to really remember, like, I mean, to really like, you know, point the shit out that like there was an invasion was like what they did, because Michael Jordan was the biggest person on the planet at the time. So they made him, you know, like he never actually became a baseball player. They used that as part of like the fucking, we're gonna tell them what to believe shit. They needed to give us something. They needed to replace our neurons with something. So they used Michael Jordan for it. You feel me? Like, he never went and played baseball and came back. Like that never really happened. You know, y'all gotta remember they run the media and all that. You feel me? They run this media and shit, you know, so you can't believe shit they're telling you. You feel me? Like, at all. You know, they done legalized propaganda, but before that, they was already fucking lying to us. Now they got fucking laws in place to keep lying to us, because we're in the age of Aquarius, so we can catch the lies, and they can fucking be like, oh, well, we made it a law. This is the Smith-Mundun Act, that we're allowed to spread propaganda domestically. You feel me? Like, that means that they're allowed to lie to us, because they used to just lie to other countries about us. You feel me? Like, but now they spread domestic propaganda. Now I know I'm going over your head. I'm just really trying to like help your souls remember. I'm never talking to the conscious you. I'm so in tune with shit. I already know that I'm not gonna be able to wake nobody up or nothing like that. And a lot of the people that are woke still aren't gonna know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking to your soul. I'm here to help you guys remember what the fuck's going on. You know, so when I'm making all these decodings and shit, this is why. It's because we're in a whole nother time. We're not in a time where we just believe shit. Like, this shit is over with. You are absolutely going to start seeing extraterrestrials in real life really soon. You know, they're all, like, all these reptilians and Palladians and all these beings, elemental beings, like, everybody around you is going to start uncloaking themselves. You know, they're going to stop acting like something they're not, and you're going to see shit for what it is. You know, whether you're woke or not, that's just where the planet's at. You know, we're going back into our essence. You feel me? Like, these extraterrestrials are our family and shit. You feel me? Like, you know, Like, we just forgot who we were. We are galactic beings. We don't come from here. We created this planet. We come from Sirius X, triple darkness, like, that's where we come from. And all the gods know this. Human beings come from Nern, you feel me? Like, and, we are galactic beings. When you're looking at your zodiac sign, you came from that galaxy before you got here. Like, so if you're a Libra, you came from the Libra galaxy. If you're a fucking Sagittarius, you came from the Sagittarius galaxy. That's how they're able to do these birth charts, and that's why it makes so much sense to you. Like, this astrology and shit is supposed to be fake. When you sit here and look up the traits of this shit, it'd be really like going into your personality and your character, because your soul and spirit was on that galaxy learning from those beings in the fucking, because I'm a Libra, so I was literally, before I came here, I was in the Libra galaxy learning from them for shit that I needed to know coming to Kai. Because this Kai is fucking everybody here. You're either serving karma here, or you're here to fucking help the planet be free. This is light code lockdown. This is not a normal planet. When you're dreaming and shit, those are normal states and shit. You feel me? Those are normal. That's why you're able to do shit in your dreams and shit. You're able to have these abilities and shit. Here is light code lockdown. This is not real. This is the fucking Matrix, nigga. Like, all these little ass trees and shit. Like, nigga, we had, the mountains were trees and they cut them bitches down. These are bushes right here. We used to be giants, nigga. Dragons used to be real. That's what the dinosaur bones and shit are about. Those are dragon bones, nigga. But, nigga, when they're digging up them big ass bones of giants and shit, those were us. You feel me? When you're looking at icebergs, that's like ligaments and shit from the war. They froze us up. You feel me? The whole ice wall is made out of our bodies and shit. Like, they froze our ancestors up with sub-zero technology. Like, we really had a war, y'all. You feel me? We really had a whole fucking war. That's like, well, all that I'm telling you is all revolves around the fact that you are a god and that this is your planet and that they took it over and that we're just now remembering and about to take the planet back. You feel me? So when you're looking at this lightning, it's not fucking lightning. These are ships shooting at each other for the fucking planet. Like, they're fighting on our behalf and we don't even know it. You feel me? So, like, when we be like, where is the ancestors at? Where's God at? Like, you're looking at them. They're up here fighting. They're down undergrounds fighting them, and, freeing all the captives they have under there. They're doing a lot of sick shit behind the scenes, and, our ancestors is cleaning this shit up. You feel me? Like, that's why so much shit is getting exposed on the government end. Like, you feel me? All these rappers and shit, like, sold their soul. Like, you need to know all this. You need to know, like, why the fuck they weren't ever telling you the truth when they know it. It's because they can't. They done signed blood oaths to do what the fuck they're telling you to do. You feel me? They really be sacrificing and shit to power these ships up. Like, when we're sitting here celebrating the holidays and shit, this is all pagan celebrations and shit, and all this energy, it goes into Zeus to power him up, so they can make him think he can make them think that he's got power, because he doesn't have any power. He done fell in frequency. And to power their ships to fight us and shit, and to keep this matrix going, to keep these spells. You guys are under spells, nigga, is what I'm telling y'all. Like, that's why you guys can't remember this shit, but you know it, you feel it, you know damn well I'm telling you the truth, but you can't, like, you just can't fathom it, because you guys are under spells. Like, I can't, like, literally break the spell for you. I can just make the spell aware, and then you have to break it yourself. You have to fucking get the insight to know what I'm telling you is true, and break these spells and work on yourself and raise in frequency and prepare yourself for fucking war. This ain't a game. This ain't a game here. This ain't a game at all. So, I'm gonna end it off on here. But you guys pay attention to the skies, y'all. Y'all don't be looking into the skies because y'all are on a low frequency. Like, that's sleep nigga shit to not look up. This is crazy. This is crazy what you're sitting here looking at. The fucking camera can't even, like, really capture what's going on out here. Like, it's done calmed down a little bit. It's probably because I'm out here feeding so much energy. That shit feeds their ships. You feel me? We way more powerful than them. We're way more powerful than the oppressor. We just don't remember. We don't know. So, peace out, y'all. Like, But I'm not playing with y'all. This is real shit. I'll be surprised if they let me post this shit. You feel me? But I'm protected enough so I know it will be. I know thus it will be. I'll be able to post this because you guys need to see it. It's the time. We're not in the age of Pisces no more. We're in the age of Aquarius. You guys are going to see a lot of shit you don't understand. You know? That's what AI is about. You know, AI is just for shit like this. When people try to capture this shit on tape. And you know, this is a galactic war. This is galactic warfare you're looking at. But nigga, there's all these elemental beings and shit that you be talking about, like fairies, trolls, gnomes, dragons, unicorns, Pegasus, Sagittarius. All this shit is fucking real. Sagittarius is a fucking extraterrestrial though. Like the fucking god with the horse body. None of them are white either. That's like what you guys will come to see. Mermaids, all this shit. You know, none of this shit is white. Like the fairies, none of that shit. Everything is carbonated and black. That's why they whitewash everything. You feel me? Nothing is really like white because white is unnatural. You feel me? You know, I'm not talking shit. It's literally like they made black sound like it's unpure and evil and unnatural. No, like they reversed everything. It's really white that is unpure. Black is purity. You know, black is like, you know, darkness is good and light is bad. You feel me? Because light separates everything. Like light gives you false imagery and shit like that. That's how they're able to use light code lockdown. You know, they use light magic. We use dark magic. They reversed it and made dark magic seem evil. You know, but that's really the protection magic. Protection is black. All the protection crystals are black. You're black, nigga, because your ass is the protector of the cosmos. But yeah, I'm done with this, and just pay attention to the skies. Pay attention to what your surroundings. Look motherfuckers in the eyes. Pay attention to people. You know, like this shit is all around you guys, you know? Peace out. Love.